Prepare to be blown away by this exquisite duck en duo entrée, a delightful combination of a crispy duck confit samosa and succulent roasted duck breast awaits you, beautifully presented with a Cardinal Puree, roasted pears in honey, and a rich duck jus. This is the perfect contrast between savory and sweet. Hey, Bruno Albouze here. Welcome to my blog, brunoalbouze.com. Wow. Alright, my friends, let's get started. And first, we are going to make the sexy Cardinal Puree. Cardinal Puree is a mixture of cooked beetroots and carrots, a well-known accompaniment for venison. Since I have experienced cooking beets in a bath of oil, I can't go back to the other methods. They literally end up being confit, and I did the same for the carrots. Let cool them off a bit or completely and use paper towels to peel beets. Skin comes off so easily. Same for the carrots, and chop. When ready to make the puree, you want to reheat the beets and the carrots together and smooth that out using a high-powered blender and season with salt, pepper, and a dash of Cointreau or orange juice. Amazing color, taste and texture. Cardinal Puree can be made in advance. As you have already noticed, this recipe uses two duck parts, legs and breast. For the duck legs, please refer to this, another Gascony's best specialty, duck confit with potato mushroom sarladaise. So good that it was recently featured in the San Diego Union Tribune. So when you make duck confit, make a large batch, vacuum seal and freeze. This is the best way to store it. And when you need it, let it thaw in a refrigerator overnight. Reheat it, done deal. So for those, I'm going to loosen up the skin first, because we're gonna make awesome skin chips later. Then remove the flesh from the bones, and yet save the bones and cartilages. We're gonna use it all. For the sauce, we'll be taking care of next. So once you have achieved that, you want to make sure that the duck flesh is properly shredded, because that's going to be the stuffing for our samosas. 2 duck legs yields 4 samosas, so 1 per plate. So we are going to take advantage of those bones we have at our disposal to make a flavorful duck sauce. Breaking bones is an optional step, but it makes the process of extracting collagen easier. Meanwhile, you want to clean the duck breast, remove excess fat, silver skin and blood spots. Discard everything but the fat. Next, scoring. This technique maximizes tenderness, intensifies the flavor, and makes the skin crispy. Refrigerate meat fat side up for 12 to 48 hours before cooking. So let's go back to the sauce then. We're gonna need some carrots cut into dices and chopped shallots. Meanwhile, I'm gonna melt butter in my saucier and sear duck bones and move around the pan, scrape down the beets. That's gonna take about 5 minutes. You want the butter to turn into brown butter, beurre noisette. Then after that, I'm gonna add crushed garlic, orange zest, star anise, bay leaf, carrots and shallots. Cook for a couple of minutes, and then I'm gonna add all the liquids, the ruby port, chicken demi-glace and water or stock, and some of this rendered juice I kept and froze from my cooked duck confit. That's taste right there. Cook on low heat for about 90 minutes, then pass through a sieve. Back to the stove and continue to cook on low heat. Skim off impurities and foam that accumulate around the edge of the pan and discard. After 20 minutes or so, cool it off and refrigerate. Now you see the fat has solidified. It is much easier to remove. Now the duck sauce is ready to go. Alright, so to follow, we're gonna take care of the duck confit samosa. And for that matter, you want to use feuille de brique pastry. Cut in half, and fold one side over to form a neat rectangle. Add a scoop of the shredded duck confit meat and fold it along the line of the fold so that it creates a perfect equilateral triangle. Glue the lip with egg whites or egg yolks and seal. Repeat until done and keep samosas refrigerated. Time to cook the duck confit skins we've saved earlier. Sandwich skins between two parchments and baking trays. You can use other device. Put some weight on top and pop in the oven and cook at 450 degrees Fahrenheit, 230 Celsius for 25 minutes until golden brown and crispy. Wow! This is unbelievable. Alright, so now I am going to sear samosas in duck fat or clarified butter for 5 minutes on each side and keep them warm in the oven until ready to serve. So since duck pairs very well with many fruits and depending on the season, you can pick the one you like, such as peach, cherry, fig, apricot, pear, orange, apple and quince. My choice for today, Bartlett pears or William pears. They are so sweet and delicious. In a hot frying pan, I'm gonna give pears a quick caramelization with the oil, honey, sugar, star anise and vanilla. It's gonna take a few minutes anyway. Then I'm going to deglaze it with apple cider vinegar and cook down until most of the moisture is gone. You want to save that pan for the duck sauce. It will add a wonderful sour and sweet touch. Now, duck breast. So, duck breast is supposed to be cooked like a steak and medium rosé. That means the proper internal temperature of a duck breast after the meat rest is between 125-140 degrees Fahrenheit, 51 to 60 degrees Celsius. So first, you want to leave the meat out, just like a steak, for an hour. Season the breast generously with salt and start cooking on low heat, fat side down. So you want the fat to melt slowly. 8 minutes later, you want to remove 2/3 of the rendered fat and save it. Flip the meat and continue to cook for an additional 8 minutes on low. If duck breast is seared at a higher temperature, the flesh quickly cooks before enough fat has rendered out, leaving out a thick, flabby layer of fat over the tough meat. Alright, so last step, let's finish the duck sauce and we're gonna add more flavor to it. So you want to boil it in a pan in which the duck breast was just cooked, then add the rendered juice from the breast and whatever is left in the pan in which the pears were roasted. Cut duck breast in half, 1/2 per serving and season with ground black pepper and fleur de sel. Voila, that is gorgeous. Now plating. Reheat Cardinal Puree, pears and toss hot edamame in olive oil and express yourself. Make it pretty and delicious. Bon appétit! To get this amazing recipe, visit my blog brunoalbouze.com. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up and click down below to the subscribe button. Have a gorgeous day. See you very soon.